Hi, I'm Bopsto, the Elder Weeb.
And I am Red, the bald-headed wonder.
We are the Anime Boys.
The anime
Anime
bigger boys.
Boys.
What's up,
Up.
Bobsto?
Not much, man. Just another week of Jujutsu Kaisen. Some good ass shit. The MAPPA animators can finally go home and see their families for 3 weeks until the next half of the season starts.
Yeah.
They're being let out of their sweatshops. They're allowed to breathe, except for the ones that got pulled over to the Chainsaw Man staffing. Sorry guys, you guys gotta
Yeah. Good luck with
There's
that
just
because
daily.
I don't even want to know how bad that's gonna be for them because
Yeah,
they set a par and now they have to either meet that par or get
yeah,
better.
yeah. But before we get into things proper, I wanted to say, hey, our last episode did pretty good.
It
I was
did.
checking out the analytics, and it probably has the most percentage of viewer retention throughout any of our videos out here. Even like the one that did over 1K views. So I mean, hey, even though it's not 75 views or isn't like a whole lot of views, is appreciated to know that at least most of those 75 people have been actually watching
Right.
the video and listening to it and enjoying it. And
Which
for
we
that, say,
always
hey,
appreciate.
I mean, hey, that's always appreciated.
Yeah.
But I got that, and also, but hey, if you like what you're hearing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe.
Subscribe,
Let us know what you think. Let us
please.
know how excited you are for the rest of the season whenever it starts releasing again.
I mean, just be like Shia LaBeouf and just, do it.
Just
I
do it.
mean,
Exactly.
just do it.
But other than that, I mean, hey, hey, Red, what you think of this episode?
Okay, so it's kind of it's don't get me wrong, I liked it. I guess
Yeah,
I'm still feeding off the high of the past episode, but like there were some things that looked a little bit. I thought it was gonna look a little bit better than it did. I feel like a lot
I
of the
have a
budget
feeling I
went
know
into
what
those
I have a
fights.
feeling I know what parts you're talking about. At the same time, I think part of it's intentional and stylistic.
Could be, but
I
there was
have a
like a
feeling I know.
certain like to it. But the episode itself did a really, really good job of
Yeah,
showing and adapting, or not adapting, but showing and like reviewing
yeah,
uh Gato's feelings and the
yeah.
way
So
of
that's what
what
I like.
happened.
Is like most almost this entire episode is basically just like the sort of inside inner workings of like Gato as he's like processing what happened
Mm,
with escorting Rico and his just increasing feeling of like jadedness with working with jujutsu sorcery and sort of that philosophy he had at the beginning of the arc where he mentioned how sorcerers are supposed to be to protect the weak. That philosophy is starting to like crumble
yeah, it is.
as he and Gojo start going their separate ways after Gojo became like stronger, which I really like. That's why in the manga and whatnot, this is like one of my favorite little small chapters because you just get it's just nothing but just seeing how Gato's view is just becoming warped over time and how he becomes what he ends up becoming.
He's just like on this road of his road to his epiphany,
Yeah,
and it's really good. I mean, just
yeah,
the arc itself. I mean, coming from both the
hmm
manga and the anime is really really good.
uh-huh,
We really get a touch at what happened to him
uh-huh.
to make him
Um,
just swap like that. And
yeah.
I love
Before we
how
get into
we. Sorry, go ahead.
oh no, no you go on and say what you're gonna say before I.
I was gonna say I love how we get a little tidbit of where he got from the last episode, of course, where he got the term monkeys referring to
Yeah.
actual humans, and
Uh,
we'll get more into that too on this episode as well.
mhm.
But
But anyway, I
it
did.
gets juicy.
Yeah, before we get into the juice, I did want to mention I do like the little scene of where Gojo's showing off his improved limitless technique, where he basically now can have it on for perpetually because
Forever.
because of the fact that he's literally like frying his brain but healing it at the same time using reverse curse
Yeah,
technique.
his body is just
He's,
on fucko
yeah.
mode. I mean,
Uh-huh.
he's on that X game
But
mode.
he can choose what objects he stops. He can just constantly switch between red, blue, and whatnot. I like how he shows us off by like twirling like this pin around his
Yeah,
head.
it swapped from
Yeah,
red to blue to purple. Like it
yeah.
looked
And the
really
pin's
neat.
like reacting to it based off of what the color he has selected is.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty.
really fucking cool. That he could just, do whatever without the boy is as fast as the
Yeah.
his counterpart from
hmm
Naruto.
But with him becoming, then with him being as strong as he is, unfortunately that means he's just going on a lot of missions by himself.
Yeah,
And
essentially.
Shoko doesn't really go on missions either. That means Gato is also stuck by himself. So you get to see him get locked into this loop of where he's like, oh, okay, I go on mission, exercise the spirit, absorb it, and just repeat. He's like in this fucking
He's
like
in this
ground. He's like Groundhog Day
yeah,
of like
essentially like he's in this like sense of self-depreciation.
yeah.
He's seeing he feels bad for not having the same consensus that he once had. Um
And I think a big part of it as well is he's also like when going alone, he's sort of facing like the ugliness of the world by himself.
yeah,
And so there's
and
no one he can fall back on whenever shit does get ugly, like say like the shit with Toji and whatnot. So that starts
yeah.
to like eat at him as he like realizes like nobody knows what eating a cursed spirit is like, and nobody really like is seeing like the stuff I'm seeing for what it is. And then he starts to question, well, who am I even serving in the first place? And I like how like it shows like this like unfocused like group of just like people,
Yeah, that
and it's
was
just like,
really neat because he just
uh,
got this really obscure view of
yeah,
what the general population looks like now to him. Everybody looks the same, blurred
yeah,
out, faded, and with no purpose. And
uh-huh,
that's exactly how he sees himself. He is fulfilling missions with no purpose other than to fulfill egregious acts
yeah,
for these fucking like
thankless people, yeah,
thankless people, unappreciated. Like it's
yeah.
just
Oh, it's just like that, but
it really hits home,
he's
like
losing like like he's like losing his sense of self.
yeah,
Where he is lost, like at first his motivation was protect the weak, but now he's at the point where he's starting to question if the weak are even worth protecting in the long run.
yeah, and it's super sad.
Yeah,
As much as like the manga tries to get you to hate the main, villain, which
yeah,
more or less we'll get more into that later, but um you feel bad for Gato. I mean,
uh,
yes, he went off the fucking rails a bit, and we'll describe it
that's
more.
it.
But
A bit.
I'm not getting too far. I'm not
Yeah,
going
I know.
too far.
No, I know.
But
I know. I know.
he does go off the rails a little bit, but for his own viewpoint and the way he sees it, it kind of reminds me of how, like, if you ever watched the Avengers or anything like that, you look at Thanos, who is
Yeah,
a bad guy, ultimately
yeah,
a bad guy. He's wanting to wipe out half the population, but
yeah.
for a good cause.
hmm
Like, because it solves more issues
Yeah.
than the problems that it creates. I mean, yeah,
hmm
you just wiped out half the planet, people lost their loved ones, but now we have more to eat. The
Yeah.
economy isn't fucking drowning. It's like there's some good to it behind
Yeah.
the deranged madness.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
what it is like it's like there's a good thought behind it, but the action itself is fucking atrocious and like
exactly. Yeah.
awful.
It's you just
Um.
got that horrible like dichotomy.
Uh.
It's awful.
Um.
But
But
let's move on.
we get this
Sorry.
really no, it's all good. Um. But we get this really neat scene of I forgot if the fucking shower comes first. But anyway, we're gonna talk about the shower. Where like as he's talking about this, like we just get this really nice shot of him like in the shower.
I was really
And
hoping it would look a little better than it did.
I like the way it looked. I think it
Well,
achieves what it's kind of going for with it.
compared to the panel,
Yeah.
it didn't match the energy from the panel as much as it did, or as much as it really should have. To me, I mean, to me personally, it didn't really match the scene or the mental state that he was in. But like, I don't know. I guess it's just the way I think about it.
But
I
there's
mean, other people probably have separate
close
opinions about it.
shot of like the with because like what I think is a big thing is like it's like his like fucking jaded stare with like the drops of water coming down his head, and all of a sudden you get the hard focus on the sound of the shower, which I'm curious about what the sound is supposed to because the sound obviously has like some kind of uh what's the word I'm looking for, like some kind of meaning to it at least.
Like
I feel I feel like it almost sounds like a cheering or clapping crowd.
oh, that was
Yeah.
the next part.
Yeah.
Like when he was talking to
No. It's in both.
I didn't notice it in that scene.
Yeah, it's in the shower scene as well.
Okay, I didn't notice it in the shower scene.
But yeah.
I'm glad that you share the same cause oh my god, because that sounded. But we'll get more into what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I feel like it's foreshadowing into the sort of climax scene of Ito's I guess downfall.
Or uprise, depending on how you're looking at it.
You know what I mean. His fall from grace.
I would pretty much like to call it his upward spiral.
Yeah. But so we get this scene where he's sitting down with Haibara, and they're just talking, and good old Miss what lady do you like? What type of lady do you like? Yuki shows up.
Yuki.
And we get this really he's stuck on the fucking Future Diary shit, dude.
What? You don't like Yuki?
Man. No, man.
You know you like Yuki.
But
sorry,
anyways,
I'm done.
That's good. But we get this bit where she's talking with Gato, because she basically sort of notices like, oh well, there's some things going on with you. And then she starts giving her little philosophy of how she was thinking about how there might be a way for them to just rid the world of cursed spirits.
And this was right up my boy's alley.
Yeah, man. He's like, all right, go on.
To find out that Yuki was the cause of his fucking epiphany blows my mind a little bit, especially for the people who actually know who Yuki is. Yeah. I don't think it's fully explained.
You see her. You
see remnants of her in season one,
but fully explained. But you do see her show up. You see her face in the flashback.
That Toto. Is true. That is true.
But she's Toto's
mentor.
Sensei. Yeah.
we went like a separate.
It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I know.
But
it's like how we bounced it like back and forth, like in the middle there.
But she starts talking with actually first I want to mention first of all, Gato has obviously not been sleeping. You can see the bag.
Oh golly, man.
He's been going a few days without sleeping.
You could tell he was just fucking like at this point mortified with himself. Like he's strung out. He's not sure how to feel about being a Jujutsu sorcerer. Like it's just this whole shebang hitting him at one time, and it's just a slow build up.
But don't worry. Haibara is a good Georgia character. He's
yeah.
He's very good.
I'm a great judge of character. You're gonna say that sitting next to me? That was such a fucking amazing little foreshadowing moment.
Listen, I'm sitting here in fucking pumped up kicks mode, and you're gonna tell me you got a good judge of character.
Fucking pumped up kicks. Shooters are not cool and not funny at all. let's keep moving on before someone actually takes that joke too seriously.
That's okay. Listen, if I reference an actual thing, then maybe, but I reference Pumps Up Kick, so it's okay. It's a meme. It's okay. Nah. But anyways,
dude, we're gonna get canceled like right off the bat.
right.
Oh shit. But
This playground shit, man. Come on, man.
but anyway, Yuki kind of shows up and he gives him the two ways to rid the world of curses.
Yeah.
One being everybody become a Jujutsu sorcerer. Neat. Or kill everybody who cannot.
Well, no. So her thing was, one, you create it to where people don't send out curse energy anymore. Basically, think of everybody being like Toji, and she even mentions Toji as like a case example of like somebody achieving that. And then the other option is to basically get it to where people can harness their own cursed energy. And then Gato offers the thing, well, what if I were to just kill all the non-curse users, the non-Jujutsu sorcerers? And then Yuki's response is like, oh well, maybe, but like, because you'd basically be forcing humanity to evolve through fear, like how birds evolve to gain wings. However,
Which
like,
didn't sound too bad for old Gato.
she's like, however, I would advise you not do that because that is fucking atrocious, man.
I like how he just like blurts it out there. Like,
yeah,
she didn't say shit. She just blurts out an act of fucking murder, and she's just like, oh yeah, it probably wouldn't be a good idea. That's
like
probably
that.
not a good idea.
In theory, it could work, but I don't really like the idea of practicing it in execution.
Like, yeah, it would work, but probably not a good idea. Like, yeah, that's gonna stop him from doing it. Then we get that's where we get the cool ass like raining in the background.
That's when the rain starts.
You see, you said you thought it kind of like it was like a.
It sounds like a clapping crowd almost.
It does. It's 100% sounds like a clapping crowd, which makes me wonder if it's the crowd that he takes over.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I think it's being used as build up.
I think it is too. I
but
100% think so.
But I am not entirely certain. It could be something entirely else, or just the sound of rolling rain. But considering what leads up to it towards the end of the episode, I'm more inclined to believe that it's actually a form of I guess like tension building almost.
Yeah, but I like. Anyway, like Yuki fades off. She goes off, does her own thing again, and then we get this scene of Gojo holding this piece of paper, or technically they hadn't showed that it was Gojo reading the paper.
I like that as well. It's like you just see a thumb flipping through files of like reports of recent missions.
Right, and then we get this really, and this was the scene that I was talking about. Like, I feel like it could have been a little better. But
before we get to that, it's important to mention the first incident that causes Gato to start straying from his path, and that is the death of Haibara.
Oh shit!
Remember,
yeah, my fault. My bad.
Yeah. So
Haibara was a great judge of character, though.
Yeah, it comes in 3 stages. So Nanami and Haibara, when I believe it was Haibara was about to go out on a mission, whenever he was talking with Gato, and so he's waiting, and when they return, we get this scene of Nanami and like reporting the mission back in the morgue, where basically shit went south really quick because what was supposed to be like a level 2 curse ended up becoming a grade 1 and fucked up Haibara super bad.
Killed him essentially.
That's what I mean. Like, it's fucked him up, man. Like, fucking ripped him up and shit.
Yeah, it was really fucked up.
And it was so bad that the mission got transferred to Gojo.
I like how he, like, whenever Gato mentions that Gojo took over the mission, that other guy, he was just like, why can't we just let him predominantly like take over all the missions at this point?
Yeah, I like how this kind of shows to be like maybe one of the incidents that caused Nanami to like initially hate being a jujutsu sorcerer
Has to be, has to
because
be. Like
what
this has
caused him to
gotta
stray from
be
it and go into working for the fucking insurance company.
right.
Yeah,
Like young Nanami looks kind of like a lot more like Die Hard as well, and then
yeah,
he just turns into this super serious like I'm on the clock guy.
yeah.
And he no longer wants to do anything
Actually,
really.
yeah. There's a little bit of that on the clock behavior present in this season, in this bit of the season as well.
Yeah, I know, but
There's a
like,
bit where they're stationed in Okinawa to help out Gojo
well,
and Geto,
yeah, I
and then
remember.
in the scene whenever they're told that they'll be extending their stay in Okinawa, Nanami appears very, very annoyed.
But not near as bad as he was in the first season.
Yeah.
Like,
Um, but yeah, no, I like that. So that's sort of the first sort of the first tip of the domino, I guess you could say,
yeah,
where Geto realizes that, well, to stay as a jujutsu sorcerer, well, I want to let me go reel it back just a bit because Yuki gave him like two options: either he can stay on the path of a jujutsu sorcerer, or he can just go and basically do his own thing. And at this point, he realizes, well, if I stay the path of the sorcerer, then I'm gonna just basically be condemned to witnessing my comrades die. And you get this really cool scene of like these doorways with like blood seeping out of them, and they start to connect with each other.
bro, they tapped into The
Really,
Shining for this episode.
yeah,
It
it's really
was. It
fucking
looked
cool.
cool. It looked really neat. The room started filling up with fucking blood and stuff, and like his hand was consumed, and the blood from his body on the white tarp over him was just being consumed in blood. It looked really cool. Like I like the visuals there. And then we get into the scene with
Yeah, with the
Gojo
villain.
holding the thumb, like on the
Yeah,
piece of paper in the reports. And we cut over to Gato is standing in front of a cage. And for the manga readers, you know what we're talking about. But for the people who don't know who they are, and haven't really put the connection together yet, those are the girls from Zero.
yeah,
Which you'll get more of them in the future of the season. But for now, it's like you've only seen them in one place, and that's Zero if you've watched the movie.
yeah.
But basically,
But
Gato
you
just
even get a little bit of this scene in Zero as well.
yeah, you do one like yeah, this scene
Yeah.
exactly is in Zero, but not as I think it's a
Yeah.
little bit more detailed.
Well, in that one, it's just literally him finding them, and then you sort of get an idea of what happened, but you don't know what fully happened. This
Right.
here is the full scene where basically it goes up, and he's like, "Well, what about these? What's up with these two girls?" And it's like, "Oh, they caused so many incidents around here." And each time they say something, Gato's like, "Well, I just took care of the cause of your incident." Like everything with that happened regarding the curses around them, they blamed on these two girls.
Yeah, and they
And
were
just,
just like consistently ignoring Gato and what he's saying.
yeah,
Like he's just like, yeah, I took care of your problem. And they're like, yeah, they also tried to kill my little girl too. And
yeah,
Gato's like, there's no way that was not them. And they just kept barking at them. And I love this little scene where they're just kind of like the audio is like condensed out essentially. Like it
yeah,
sounds like they're in like this foggy or not foggy, but like busted out speaker mode essentially.
yeah,
Um and as they're just speaking, you could see the frustration in Gato's eyes.
yeah,
And as they just kept talking, he was getting more and more irritated. And you saw this like bit of smoke
Yeah, I
that
will
turned
fucking
into this like cursed
yeah. It's like a
energy
little curse
almost.
he used. It's like, hey, you guys are all right, and it's like he's
I'm gonna
talking.
get you. Like he's like, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Yeah,
And we get this scene of
yeah.
he's just
It's
like,
like,
hey,
all right,
why don't
let's
we
just
just step outside and discuss this just a little bit
let's
further?
go outside.
And
Come on, take a seat. Take a seat now. Take a seat.
yeah, he
Like,
murdered the whole fucking village like Itachi, man, and his parents.
yeah, man.
What's fucked about
But
this is like
yeah.
it's identical to what happened in fucking Naruto, but because
Well, I
Itachi.
mean, no, it was him killing his entire clan. This is Gato killing
And
an
I mean,
entire.
also, there's some like obvious like differences, but I'm just saying,
But
same fucking thing.
not exact,
Um,
especially with the shit that's
we took
revealed.
down an entire village plus his parents,
Yes,
and
but
then
the
saved like
reason,
two little
the,
girls.
the reasoning for doing so is different.
Well, yeah,
Like,
I didn't say everything was
so,
identical.
just the only thing that's similar is that he slaughtered an entire village and also killed
Like I
his
said,
parents.
he went Itachi mode on the
No,
village.
Itachi killed his entire clan, including his parents. There's
It's
a difference. It's
I don't know. I feel
yeah.
like it's same energy though. I
It
mean,
not really.
it just depends how you're looking at it.
But yeah, he fucking slaughters the entire fucking village. There's 112 people.
Now, this was the scene I was talking about. Could have
Yeah,
looked a little better, because I don't
yeah.
know. Like I get like you said it looked
I
more for
think
like
it was.
artistic
I
view,
want to say it's more of a stylistic choice,
but they went with this like
considering it's
really
not.
old, like grainy looking '90s anime feel to it,
Yeah,
and I don't know if. I don't know. I just didn't like it for the scene,
I.
you know? I can appreciate a good like 90s grain, you know? But
Mhm.
for me, it didn't fit the scene very well.
But
And
the thing I have more of a gripe with, I guess I can say, is that this scene from the beginning of the season of them walking out post village slaughter is not present in this episode.
oh yeah, it's
I
not.
feel
It's
like
like
they I feel like they might have could have played that with like juxtaposing it with like the audio of him slaughtering the fucking village.
yeah, I
Maybe.
just
I think
this
maybe
scene I did not really like all that
but
much, but it did get the point across, you know?
I don't
Like
like it's supposed to be like okay, like it's pretty bad. You hear like the screams, but how bad is it? Then you see him flip over the file. It's like, oh fuck, 112 people. Um, because I also feel like it's like even though it didn't get like a full on like scene of it happening, because I feel like it's almost like they don't want to like I don't want to say like glorify this slaughter of the village, but like show it like as like detailed as like like one of the normal fights and whatnot.
yeah, I mean,
I
I
don't
can
know.
see why they didn't like go into super detail,
Yeah,
but you could have went into a little bit more. I just
maybe.
that I guess that's a gripe for me too. Like
Yeah,
we just got little like overviews of the village and the screams of some of the villagers, and then it cut back to his little dragon, but like you could see blue flames and shit. It was just
yeah.
like, and then he dropped the pin that makes the like the
I
jujutsu sorcerer pin onto the ground.
Yeah. I will admit that it is really fucking hard to see what's actually kind of going on because there's a lot of fast cuts in it.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Um,
like
that's that is that that's the part about the only one is that you don't really see quite enough of like the curse he brought out. It just kind of happens.
so yeah, but at this
Um,
point in time with the anime itself so far,
yeah.
this being the only gripe is
Mhm.
kind of nice. Like
Yeah.
it's really really nice.
But he's
Um
got yeah, so we're going through the file and then we find out he's got a kill order on him.
oh yeah, he's to be
After what he
executed
did.
immediately, which
Yeah.
you know, I think I would want to execute somebody who's, you know, murdered an entire village too. So I
Uh-huh.
mean,
And so Yaga sends Gojo out to do it, and Gojo does not want to fucking do it. He's like, it's fucking bullshit. Gato wouldn't fucking do the shit you're telling me that he's doing.
He did not hit her. He
It
did
did
not hit
not.
her. Hey,
It's
mom.
yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. Um, but he but yeah, I guess like he did. You gotta you're the only one that could take care of him. And so we cut over. I get this little scene of Shoko and Gato talking. Gato's looking like Gato just fucking committed a mass genocide and also killed his parents. And he's like, I'm feeling good, man. You know, I'm walking out. You know, I'm being a little daring, going out in public.
I'm just testing my luck around you guys.
That's
What's
my
up?
luck here. Wait, what's up?
To be fair, he had a reason to because Gojo's been a little bitch.
Yeah. And so,
I can't really feel bad for him though.
mm-hmm.
I mean, excuse me, I can.
Because
I kind of have to feel a little bad for him.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say can't feel
I was
bad
about to
for
say,
him.
dude, damn.
Like no
Damn.
remorse. You're a pussy.
Death-
No, like,
Fuck him. He should also be death to the monkeys. Fucking kill those, kill those
all
fucking
humans. Go bender mode. Kill all
great.
humans.
I prefer great apes myself. Kill the
Bro.
monkeys.
Dude, it's fucked up. It really
Yeah.
is.
So Shoko gets a call. It's obviously Gojo because they meet up, and Gojo's just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And he's like, "Well, come on, what the fuck? Why the?" And I like how this kind of like it sort of shows how far both of them sort of come at this moment. Because in the beginning, it was Gojo could care less about people that are weaker than him, and doesn't really like the idea of being a sorcerer to protect the weak. And now that sort of is like flip flopped to now it's like the shoes on the other foot. Gojo's now a lot more caring towards helping those who are weaker, while Gato is the exact opposite now.
Yeah, I really liked that switch up too. The thing that I like the most about the conversation is what Gato says to Gojo. And are you the strongest because you're Gojo, or are you Gojo because you're the strongest?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, that sounded really fucking like cool. Like just at the very moment. And then he just started rattling off of the reasons of why he did what he did. And I mean, we've discussed it a few more times. So I mean, I don't feel like we have to get into super detail about it. But he was going into detail about why he did it, his reasons behind it, and he said, "But yeah, I'm just gonna live my life my way from now on." And he walks away. And Gojo goes into his little fight stance, and Gato says, "If you're gonna kill me, kill me. There would be a reason to it."
Yeah,
and I was like,
"Oh yeah," because Gojo brings up the fact
God.
that killing non-jujutsu sorcerers is pointless killing, and then Gato's like, "Well, come on, kill me. You'd have a point for that." And it's
nuts, man.
So fucking good. Which I also like the way the regular crowd is sort of drawn. They're a lot less detailed, and their colors are more
I'm
muted.
glad you brought that shit up too.
Yeah,
Golly, I had a note for that.
Their colors are a lot more muted, and they're a lot less detailed. So whenever you see Gojo and Gato, they pop out a whole lot more.
I really like how they did that scene because, like you said, it really brings out the contrast of them.
Yeah.
And kind of blurs out the people the little side as
Also, these people just don't give a fuck about these guys having their fucking anime soap off for a moment.
I know, but I mean, I imagine this is probably something normal for like big cities. Like shit just kind of happens in the middle of nowhere, like all the time.
Yeah, they just put up the fucking veil so that they can't see them.
They could have. I mean, you don't know. They really could have. I mean, given the fact that they were possibly trying to capture Gato, I wouldn't put it past them, you know. That could have had a fucking veil up.
Nah, it would have been because you would have seen the veil if they had it up.
Well, I mean, it could just be one of those like, yeah, we did it kind of things.
Yeah,
like you just kind of have to you know.
But either
Uh,
way, I do really like this scene, and then we get to the start of Gato's little fucking. The Gato becomes Saul Goodman here, where he's like,
no, he does not. He becomes
no,
more
no,
like
no, no, no. I'm talking about in terms of his appreciation for showmanship.
okay, yeah,
What
okay.
that's what I mean.
Okay.
Remember that's what it was all about with his stuff. It was the showmanship of it. Um, so it turns out Gato just straight up. Some time has passed. Gato has bought out the Star Religious Organization. It's his now. And as the new owner, he's about to go up and give the fucking press conference of a fucking century.
Yeah, he said,
And
follow me.
yeah, I like how like the other guy's like talking like, oh come on, what's with the fucking get up? He's like, it's just a little showmanship. Gotta show them, hey man, do you know you have rights? Unless you're a filthy monkey, then you, then you don't. You non-sorcerers, get out of
Oh my
here.
god! But yeah, he just goes out on stage. He rustles this new kid's hair, that he
Yeah,
just kind of stole. Uh,
yeah.
just kind of stole those kids
Listen,
and
adoption is
created a
just
cult.
adoption is just legal stealing. So
Yeah. So he basically just became um what people would call like a holy man, essentially.
yeah,
Which you get bits and pieces of it in
yeah,
Zero. You get a full understanding of what he does in Zero.
yeah,
But I like how he's just like, oh yeah, so yeah, I'm in charge now. So y'all
yeah.
follow me.
It's I've changed the name. You follow me and only me. What up? Is me, your
Your
boy,
boy, skinny
big
penis.
big dick back in town. I
It's your
never left
boy.
town to begin with. I'm but I'm back. Oh man, what? What? You fucking you don't like what's going on? You don't like the new changes? Oh man, come up here, man. Come up. You're gonna get yourself a new fucking car. Now watch this shit. Splat.
Splat. He just
You
crushes the
fucking, you
guy.
fucking, you fucking mic drop that shit as well. For the fucking rap battle mic drop, he meant fucking business, dude.
Bro just crushes him with a
Dude,
fucking Russian
dude, dude,
doll.
dude just comes up. He's like, "Oh, hello, guys. I'm your new founder. Oh, what? You don't like what's going on? Okay, look. Just come on up here. Come on up. Listen, you fucking bitch. No, I'm the new fucking G here. I might be all
Any
calm and shit now, but you know what? You need to side with me because you know what? If you don't, you getting squished.
It kind of reminds me of that fight in One Piece where Krieg is just like everybody's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't do that. He just shoots them and is like, nice to hear your input. Now, is there any more any more concerns that anybody has? That's essentially what happens.
Let's consult with our supervisor. Okay, the supervisor's spoken. Any other question?
The supervisor has spoken. What?
Yeah, man.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Just
Anyone else?
covered in fucking blood. Just
Yeah.
it's like
Everyone's
slathered in
screaming.
great like strawberry jam.
Yeah. Don't worry, that guy was a stunt actor. He'll be fine.
Bro,
He won't be
that was
fine.
he won't be fun. He
He
won't be
won't be
fun.
fine. He won't.
But yeah, that's it. I
He
mean,
fucking
it's
does that shit. Oh no, there is the bit where
um
after that we branch back over to Gojo, who's decided to track down this kid that Toji mentioned, and it's a young Megami.
oh yeah, I forgot about the
And
Megami
it's
part. My
like,
bad.
hey kid, listen, you gonna get sold off to the Zenin clan here in a little bit. And I just wanted to say, hey, I knew your dad. He's dead, and Megami said, I don't care if he's dead. I don't give a fuck, man. Who is he? Who?
Dad who?
Dad who? Hell yeah.
But and then like I love how Gojo's like, is this really a fucking first grader? Like
Yeah.
and he's like, well I call the shots now. You're gonna have to work really hard and yeah, no happiness forever ever again. So
Yeah. Oh, no,
uh,
he asks like, "Will can I at least guarantee my sister will be safe and happy?" He's like, "Nope, I can't do that. I can't come."
100% not gonna
No.
happen. I can guarantee
I'll,
that.
I'll try my best, but yeah, no, sorry. Um, and then yeah, he's just like, well, I'll be seeing you here in a little bit. Just keep on working hard. So, 'cause basically, he's like trying to shape Megami up to be like his like protege, almost like his successor. He wants Megami to like no, it will try to like either be up to his level or even potentially surpass him.
He wants to have somebody to surpass him so that he
Uh,
knows that things won't be,
yeah,
that it gives the jujutsu world a little bit more hope, essentially.
yeah,
But given that, it cuts us over to this was all a dream,
yeah.
but
No, I
like
like how this entire bit of him remembering everything is like a dream flashback where he's just been
yeah,
taking a big ass nap.
yeah, he has in this really expensive nice ass chair that Nobra really appreciates apparently.
Yeah,
Um but yeah, that's the episode.
yeah.
It
And
was really
now,
informative. There was a lot going on. Um I don't know. I really enjoyed this little arc. I enjoyed reading it, and
yeah,
now I really enjoyed watching it, especially because of last episode. That last
from
episode was
yeah,
nuts.
and from what we have seen so far with these 5 episodes, we're pretty excited for what will
Mm. Mm.
be coming with the next arc. Because hey,
Oh my goodness.
ever since this anime came out, that was if you ever looked in the comments for anything related to the anime, almost everybody would be hyping up the Shibuya incident. It's like, oh man, wait till we get the Shibuya incident. Wait till we get the Shibuya incident. And at first,
Oh.
I wondered what the deal was, but after I read it, I was like, okay, I know what the deal is, and yeah, it's going to be some good shit.
And Bopsto, he was like the whole time, like, wait till you get to Shibuya, wait till you get to Shibuya, just wait
Yeah,
till you get Shibuya. And I'm just sitting here just struggling, trying to read through the arcs that I've already watched. So I
yeah,
was just trying to just binge through it because I wanted to reread it because I didn't, there was like little small details I wanted to get caught back up on
yeah,
before the season 2 kicked off. And then Shibuya hit, and holy tit, y'all have no idea.
yeah,
For the people who have not read the manga, y'all have no
yeah.
idea how
But hey,
good this is gonna be.
if if you have read the manga, hey, go read it. It's a really nice manga.
Yes, please go do that.
It's really nice. Um, but
But
yeah, that is hidden. That is the first portion of season 2. With it ending, and now, like I said, the MAPPA animators can now go see their families again for
yeah,
3 weeks while they air recap episodes.
yeah.
And
Um,
me and Red are probably we still haven't fully decided on what the movies are. I think we'll probably be doing maybe Jujutsu Kaisen Zero.
I
Not
think we need to cover
yet.
Zero in the spirit of covering the entirety of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
So definitely,
Oh yeah.
definitely gonna be doing Zero.
Do Zero, and then the other movie we haven't fully decided yet.
But we have an idea. But it's gonna be a surprise for y'all. So tune in.
Yeah, tune in. We'll probably mention it whenever we do the Jujutsu Kaisen Zero video,
Or we won't, and it'll just be a surprise.
maybe.
You'll
But
find out. You'll find out.
other than that, hey, this little small arc was really good. They really condensed. They did a really good job at adapting the 10 chapters that this arc took in the manga.
100%.
And
That was so good. It
it's
was
really,
so good.
that's all I can really
Um,
say. Hey, it's a really good arc. And that's only the beginning of what's about to fucking drop.
yep. Uh-huh. Okay, so
We may never get a really good, nice, long fucking animated version of the eclipse in its full glory. But hey, we'll get the Shibuya incident in its full glory.
I cannot wait, dude.
Yeah,
Oh my god, I cannot
but
wait.
But
But this brings us to the portion of our podcast.
to the end,
Anime, or excuse me, manga of the week.
yeah.
Bopsto, what was your choice for this week?
Uh, I didn't really give it much thought because we haven't really done it super consistently. But I'd say, hey, I really enjoy Dead Man Wonderland.
That is a
Um,
good one.
it's
That is a
it's
good one.
it's good. Especially for those who might have watched the anime back when it first came out and then just never got to see what happened after that point. I mean,
Me
hey,
being one of those people, I need to
go
go
read it.
back and I
It
need to read
is
it.
really good. Um, it sucks that the anime studio went out of business
Um,
before they could get to a season two. And I can say really is, hey, it's really fucking good. It's got some good art. And yeah, Dead Man Wonderland. What about you?
Mine's definitely gonna have to be, and this is just anybody, and we've covered it on the channel actually. Good old slice of life, My Dress Up Darling.
Yeah.
It's really good. We've covered the first season, the only season of the anime on the channel. If you want to go back and check it out, actually. But I've been keeping up with the manga up to this point, and it's getting good. It's getting spicy, and it's getting some love, man.
Yeah.
So if you really like if you like cosplay and you like Hina dolls and you like makeup and you like slice of life relationships, this is it. This is you. This is all for you. Because it covers all of that. Um, but yeah, that's me. Bob, so do you have anything else to add, bud?
Uh, no, that's about it, really. I mean, other than hey, um, I'm Bob Still, the Odor Weep,
And I am Red, the bald-headed wonder,
and you just got done watching the Anime Boys.
the anime boys.
See ya.
See ya.